Winged eyeliner has been so popular for so long now, but if you have a hooded eye like me, it can be hard to achieve some of those styles that you see on TikTok and Instagram today. So I want to show you 3 easy looks that you can do even if you have a hooded eye. I feel like the winged liner trend has also contributed to those thread lifts we're seeing a lot of. I've seen lots of horror stories around those thread lifts. I feel like they also can start to look after time a little bit homogenous because you end up seeing lots of people with that very similar eye shape. So this is a tutorial for you if you want to embrace your natural eye shape but still do something fun with your eyeliner. If you're new here, my name's Eb. I'm a Sydney-based hair and makeup artist, and this channel is called The Culture of Beauty. This is where we look at the impact of culture on beauty and beauty trends, and the impact of beauty and beauty trends on culture throughout history and all over the world. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, please subscribe. I post new videos every week. Okay, so the first look I'm gonna do is a very simple winged liner. I'll start with black, so I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. The color I've got here is Granite, which is her black color. So I'm gonna scoop some out with a spatula, and I find it works well if you warm the product up on the back of your hand. And I'm gonna grab this slanted brush to work with. So what I'm gonna do in the first instance is just tight line the upper waterline of my eye with this liner. So I've really loaded up the brush, and I've also forced it into quite a thin shape with the product there. Just getting in right up under those lashes. I just want to show you this book that I've been reading. It's called Eyeliner, A Cultural History by Zahra Hankir. And it's such a fascinating read. It looks at the history of eyeliner as well as the influence of eyeliner in the present day. It starts off with, of course, the ancient Egyptians. This book starts with Queen Nefertiti. Her bust was discovered in 1912. She had that very distinctive eyeliner. Getting right into that inner corner. Hopefully you can see the tight lining's already made a difference on this eye. Now I'll do the other eye. So yeah, the bust was discovered in 1912 by a German archaeological team, and ever since then it's actually been displayed in Berlin, Germany, which is quite controversial because understandably the Egyptians want it back. But the bust of Nefertiti really sparked this whole eyeliner craze all over the world. So a lot of the fashion magazines would reference this exotic style that was seen on Queen Nefertiti. She was also seen as having those perfect facial proportions. So she was really seen as the epitome of beauty, which is really interesting because she has quite a genderless look. It's not understood if she had a shaved head or not, but it appears as though her head was shaved as well. But she's got that very angular sort of face. She was really lauded as an iconic beauty. All right, so once that tight lining is done, I'm just gonna get in right in between the lashes and line above the waterline now on both sides. Just keep loading up that brush. Make sure you have plenty of product on the brush. Just really close to the lash line there. Okay, so there's step 1. I've just tight lined, so right up underneath the waterline, and also lined really close to the lash line just above. This is not the graphic part. This is just setting the base for what we're gonna do. So next up, I'm gonna just wing it out. So if you have a hooded eye, you just wanna look straight ahead and draw straight across the crease. Otherwise, you can, and this is what I do, you can just go under the crease. So you don't have to have a really lifted wing, you could just have a wing that goes straight out. So what I'm gonna do today is just draw a wing that goes straight out and just goes underneath my crease. Now, some people have a crease that comes really low down. So if that's the case, I would say just draw straight across that crease. This is my more creased side, so I'm gonna start on this side first. Make sure the brush is very straight. You can mold it with the product. And that's the first step. The way to get really good at this is just practice. It's really muscle memory. I'm gonna draw a little bit of a triangle and just connect it here to thicken up the inner part of the wing. So you can see how that's not really like a super lifted wing, it just comes straight out. And I'll do the other side, hopefully they'll be even. My eyes aren't even, so we're just gonna have to do our best. The book that I read also talks about Muhammad the Prophet in the Islamic religion. So he was said to have worn eyeliner for its medicinal properties and its protective properties. It also helped reduce the glare from the sun. I think they used something like castor oil in the formula. So it would also help his eyelashes grow to protect his eyes from the sand in the desert. And let's do this eye. So if you make a mistake like I have, you just grab a little bit of micellar water and a Q-tip and you can just clean it up. So this is the first look. So it was really interesting to explore in the book eyeliner's, I guess, protective qualities, not just its use in beautification. And it doesn't just explore eyeliner's medicinal use, but it also looks at, I suppose, its superstitious protective properties. And I know from my own Turkish culture that the evil eye is such a big part of our heritage and our superstitions. So the use of the blue nazar boncuk, the evil eye symbol itself, is meant to deflect attention away from the evil eye. So blue is seen as a really protective color in Turkish culture. So the next look I want to do is to incorporate blue into this current look. I'm going to use like a deeper blue color, like a navy blue. So I'm going to use this Fenty Beauty pencil. It's called Navy or Die. Again, this is going to be really hooded eye friendly because we're going to utilize the underside of the eye. So I'm going to just create a line underneath the eye here. I'm going to start in the middle. Let me move closer. Here we go. Just building it up slowly. I have to admit this pencil is not very soft, so it's making things a bit difficult, but we'll just keep building it up. You can see the line is kind of messy, so I'll clean it up with a Q-tip. And then I'm just gonna take it straight out under there. I'm not gonna close it off. So you can see I'm trying to keep the line very straight across. I'm gonna start cleaning up and then just like add more pigment. And I'm gonna take the line out a little bit longer than that top line. I'll start doing the other eye and then I'll come back to that once it dries. So I'm just gonna clean that up, make the line a bit thinner with a Q-tip, and then I might go over it with some eyeshadow just to deepen it a bit. Okay, so this is a Morphe palette, and the color I'm gonna use is called Super Popular. It's this really bright blue down here. So I think that will look really nice with the navy blue base, just adding in a bit of a brighter pigment over the top. Just gonna use this pencil brush. It's a Morphe M250. I just sprayed a tiny bit of NYX setting spray on the brush to get it wet. That's what we wanted. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Tiny little strokes will help you get a smoother line. There we go. Now, I'm just gonna add a little bit of concealer to tidy it up. Just popping my favorite Shape Tape on a flat brush. To make it pop even more, you can add like a white or light eyeliner in the waterline at the bottom. I'm gonna use this Tarte Fake Awake liner. It's like a beige color. And that inner corner that I didn't line, I'm gonna put some there. And I'm gonna put some in this gap at the outer corner too. Okay, so that's look number 2. My Nazar Bonjuk eye look. I love this. You know how like football players will wear like black makeup here or all around their eyes, and they do that to kind of block the glare of the sun. So that's another use for eyeliner. Also, you know, eyeliner was used as war paint as a way to intimidate the enemy. So I think eyeliner can be so powerful. I also see it as this like beautiful symbol of cultural identity. So it is a really nice way for me to embrace my culture, something that I kind of feel like I rejected growing up in Australia as someone who felt like she was caught between two worlds. And I know a lot of immigrant kids felt the same way, where it was like there was this reluctance to embrace your heritage because you wanted to fit in a certain way. So as I've gotten older, I've really learned how to embrace my Turkish roots, and I really enjoy looks like this because it is a way for me to express my cultural identity. Next one, we're gonna build on this again. Let's use black again, and we'll utilize this kind of inner corner just underneath our eyebrow. So again, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills. So just follow the natural shape of your eye, just like the bone here underneath your brow. We're just going to follow that around. So I'm just creating like a thicker kind of, I don't know what to call that, a blob here. And then I'm just gonna thin it out as I move across. And you can see I'm just doing those light little strokes. Again, clean it up with a Q-tip. Ooh, that's so cool. So yeah, this is a really easy one if you're if you have a hooded eye. The other thing I really also liked about the book was it talked about the recent history of Iran and how there are really strict rules around how women are supposed to dress and present themselves, and so eyeliner was used as a form of protesting that, which I thought was really nice after a really sad situation there. That's the thing I love about eyeliner, is that it doesn't have to be pretty to say something. We communicate so much through our eyes, and so I think it's so wonderful to be able to use those eyes as a canvas to communicate with the world around us, whether it be about our cultural identity as a form of protest or as a form of solidarity. I think it's a really amazing tool and symbol. Okay, to finish up, I'm gonna add some mascara. I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I'm gonna use it on my top and bottom lashes. And you know what, as a bonus, I'm gonna add some glitter. So I'm gonna create like a gradiating glitter effect from the middle of this upper line that I've done here. I'm going to take this palette again. I'm gonna use this green. It's called Twist and Shout. It's like a shimmery green shade, and just get a very narrow, this is actually an art paintbrush, just a really narrow brush, and in the middle part there. Oh my god, that's so cool. And that's the final look. I'm so happy with that. So fun. And yeah, I think, you know, embrace your natural eye shape. You don't need to go get a thread lift to be able to do interesting eyeliner looks. We can have fun with our natural eyes as they are. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like and leave me a comment. Let me know if there are any other looks you want to see. If there's a trend that you've seen and you feel like you can't really adapt it to your face somehow, leave a comment and I'll see if we can work out a way to kind of bring it to life. Go buy this book. It's so incredible. Like, look at all my little bookmarks that I've left in here, but I am just obsessed with it. But yeah, eyeliner is one of my favorite products in my makeup kit because, as I said, it's not just used for beautification purposes, it can be used as a symbol, and it was one of the first things that I started to play with when I discovered makeup and I was old enough to kind of jump into the world of makeup. So there are so many fun and creative things that you can do with eyeliner. So I hope you enjoyed this and I'll see you next time. Bye.